There was just too many great guests and too many gold nuggets shared. Welcome to the Gold Medal Mindset Highlight Reel 2016, Part 1. This is the Gold Medal Mindset, where we bring you all things winning in business, sport, and life. I'm Dr. Jason Richardson, professional speaker, author, and winning mindset coach. Thanks for joining in. Get ready to mine for gold as we challenge your perception to change your results.
Doesn't matter if you barely squeaked by to qualify or if you won everything. That's the one race that really matters. So going into Rio, I knew that, and I really just prepared for that last final, that moment. That was when I knew it was time to really put it all out there. And so I just, instead of trying to win every single lap, and because you only have so much energy and ability to bring that ultimate extreme focus out, that fight or flight type of focus. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, for the last 4 years, I've known that this is when it counts. Everything that happened before doesn't count. Nothing is for sure. Oftentimes the guys who were successful, they weren't quite the best guys all the way throughout the day. And one of the techniques I use very often is self-talk. I talk to myself so much on the Olympic finals day. You would have thought it was a madhouse. I was doing it out loud on the Olympic day. I was pumping myself up. Come on, 3 more laps. You got this. Believe in yourself.
People don't need a pill, they need a purpose. As a physician, if I'm putting a treatment plan in place, I got a diagnosis, I know exactly what needs to be done from a medical standpoint. I cannot make the patient take the medicine. I've come out on the other side understanding that I was born with everything that I needed to make my life successful. Hey, I come from people that have overcome a lot. And so if they were able to overcome that, then how much more so am I able to overcome these obstacles that I come against? And so, that was really kind of the deep kind of belief that I seeded in myself, was that, I came from folks that were overcomers, and that I also was an overcomer. And I think I try to teach that in every person. It may not necessarily be the race that you come from, but understanding that what you need is already inside of you. Mm-hmm. As you look deeper and deeper inside, you will understand that everything that you need is already there. It's just a matter of you manifesting that.
I talk to different businesses, I talk to individuals, but businesses are made up of individuals, right? Right. When you go to work, you don't leave your personal life behind, right? So most of us are affected by our personal life, and we take it to our place of business. So at the place of business, we need to tap into people's feelings, emotions. This is the whole idea of the emotional intelligence, right, in leadership. So tapping into people's emotional intelligence and realizing that these things aren't separate. Work and life are not separate. They go hand in hand. And creating a workplace that's helpful and people can grow and feel good about the work that they do translates into a happy family life, and vice versa. The ability to know what your knowledge is, what your skills are, and pointing your entire life towards those. So focusing your life on what you're good at, as opposed to trying to make what you're bad at incrementally better. Just imagine, if I'm good at something, those incremental gains at something that you're good at outweigh the incremental gains you're going to gain by focusing on your weaknesses. What I like about strengths, they don't discriminate. Everybody has one.
Most of creativity, especially when it comes to the human brain, is about getting out of your own way. So what situations can you put yourself in where you are not trying to solve a specific problem that is probably more linear, like say a math problem or a specific work problem, or something that has a beginning and an end. So go outside and take a walk. Don't listen to your earphones. Listen to everything around you, or the infamous go take a shower. Mm-hmm. The reason why people oftentimes have their best ideas in the shower are because
there's no pen available.
You can't write stuff down. unless you're, putting it in the steam. But it's because it's an environment where there's a lot of white noise, and white noise tends to help provide very neutral background noise so that your brain can start making different connections than it would if there were other specific background noises that you were either focused on or subconsciously focused on. You're also in a place where you're allowed to wander in your mind and not necessarily think about things in a structured way. And it's that unstructured thinking and giving yourself time and space to do it that allows for those creative, and I use that in the sense of positive problem solving. Most of the time when we're faced with a bigger challenge, it's not going to get solved immediately. You need to give it a little bit of time to marinate in your mind, to come up with a solution, or talk to some people, talk it through, and then your brain starts firing these connections, with the neurons. And if you can do things in a different way than you're normally used to doing them, like go outside and take a walk, or close your eyes and meditate, like just be present and listening to your breath go in and out, that allows the different connections to find themselves, which arrives to more positive solutions.
Well, now look who's the PhD in psychology.
But I'm like that guy, that voice in your head that's like, no, come on, let's go. You have more in the tank. And in his ear, it's almost like you're in the gym lifting weights and you have that person in your ear. Give me one more. Give me two more. I'm that guy. I'm that extra motivation. And please believe I'm in your ear pumping you. And I know if I know you have some in the tank, I'm going to get it out of you. And that's what I do. And yeah, that's my motive. I motivate him to get on the finish line first and fast.
Man, I'm ready to run now. I'm in my office. I'm ready to run now.
I see people that and have met some really extraordinary people that have taken what you might call first place in whatever category or whatever thing that they're doing, and really not only win it but become extraordinary. Mm-hmm. But I've also seen them drop from that extraordinary level faster than it took them to get up to that top mountain. And I think I would assign that to the fact that they lost their underdog mentality. And because as an underdog, you push really hard, a lot harder than anyone else, mm-hmm. because it's that belief in yourself that you can do it, despite what others say or do to try to tell you you can't, or you won't, or you're not, potentially even going to make it. That underdog mentality is what I think makes extraordinary people into people of brilliance, even higher than just winning the medal. Mm-hmm. When you have that underdog mentality, you can face anything and do anything.
I believe in manifesting your own destiny, you know? So if I'm being honest, that final year, that I was at NBC, I was just not engaged. I was tired of talking about 13-year-old skateboarders in my 30s, trying to make these snotty kids. Some of these kids are just snot bags, man. I'm like, clocked out. Mm-hmm. And I said it. I was like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm at Woodward 2 weeks later, I get the call, and it's scary. Like when you get that call, like, well, wait a minute, I didn't mean so soon, because the money's nice. You can suffer.
Can I not do this and still get paid?
And in fact, they bought my contract out. So it was 6 months of getting paid without working. Wow. So that wasn't so bad. But, be careful what you put out, man. But it was the best thing I ever did, because the only way you grow is through adversity. The only way I was going to learn or take a chance doing something else was by losing, what I had, because I was very comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I could have eked it out for a few more years. So I do believe I set the wheels in motion subconsciously by not being engaged. My superiors probably saw that. Like, why are we paying this dude a bunch of money when we can get another younger guy who'll do it for a quarter of what we're paying him?
And be hyped.
And be stoked.
Energetic. Yeah.
Exactly, man. So you know what? It's on me.
A lot of people who are not qualified for jobs go in and interview for them and get them over people who are qualified. And the reason is because they have the confidence to go in there and say, I will own this position. What would you do if you knew you would not fail? And I walk people through this idea that fear of failure and fear of criticism keeps us from pursuing what we really want. And most people come back and say, man, I never thought about that question, because if I knew I wouldn't fail, then I would do all this stuff. And I knew there would be no haters. I knew that everybody would support me. Man, the things I would do would be ridiculous. They'd be nothing like what I'm doing now. And then the next question is, well, why don't you do them?
Well, there you have it. Some of the Gold Medal Mindset's favorite guests. Some of the best snippets. I think I might have to do another one of these episodes. But until then, please visit drjasonrichardson.com. That's drjasonrichardson.com. Love to work with you, help you reach your goals. I have 7 spots available now for the first 6 months of the year for some private one-on-one high-level coaching. That's drjasonrichardson.com. Click on coaching and apply within. Take care. Thanks for taking the time to mine for gold on the Gold Medal Mindset podcast. Let's keep the conversation going at drjasonrichardson.com. That's drjasonrichardson.com. Take care and have a great day.